Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Mr. Ambassador. I have a couple concerns I want to express. The main concern I have is I was hoping to see maybe a change in our foreign policy from the last administration, but of course we see just more of the same, more nation building, more policing of the world, more involvement, and it just seems like we never learn from our past mistakes. We don't learn from what kind of trouble the Soviets got into, and yet we continue to do the same thing. And even your last statement, it's a grandiose goal that we want to work for a vibrant, modern democracy. Wow, what a dream. But think of how we're doing this. I mean, we label everybody that oppose what we're doing, we call them Taliban, and all of a sudden there are many, many thousands of Pashtuns that are right smack in the middle getting killed by our bombs, and then we wonder why they object to our policies over there. This to me means that we're into this for the long haul. It's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to cost a lot of lives. And if the members of Congress had ever realized what Iraq would end up costing us in the number of deaths, in the number of dollars, now $1 trillion, they would have been a little more hesitant. They admit that even now. Well, maybe we shouldn't have. But who knows what this is going to end up costing in terms of lives. And the odds of it working are so slim. This is what my great concern is. You know, in 1999, Sharif was the prime minister, and we were supportive of the military coup, and Musharraf comes in and we support him. So now it's said that we will have relationships with Sharif, which everybody knows exactly what that means. It means that we're involved in their elections. That's the way we've done it for so many years. But you know, the Pakistani papers report it as U.S. tapped Sharif to be the next Pakistani prime minister. Now, whether or not we literally can do that, I think we can have a lot of influence. That's what they believe in. How do you win the hearts and minds of these people if we're seen as invaders and occupiers? And here we are just doing nothing more than expanding our role, in Pakistan and in Afghanistan. I don't see any end to it. But my particular question is this. It has to do with the Pashtuns that have been killed by our bombs. I mean, we're bombing a sovereign country. Where do we get the authority to do that? Did the Pakistani government give us written permission? Did the Congress give us written permission to expand the war and start bombing in Pakistan? Why do we as a Congress and as a people and as our representatives in the executive branch just so casually and carelessly expand the war and say, well, today we have to do this, we'll worry about tomorrow? What about our national debt? We have $1.8 billion national debt facing us. We think nothing, $3.5 billion, which will turn out to be tens of billions of dollars after this. So I'd like to know where you stand on this. The innocent killing of Pashtuns, are they all Taliban, or are there some innocent people being killed?
Congressman Paul, I did not say exactly what you imputed to me, but I have thought a long time about the issues you raise. And you mentioned Iraq. Afghanistan, Pakistan is not Iraq. The reason we are in this area, notwithstanding its immense difficulties, is because the people in this area attacked our country on September 11, 2001, and have stated flatly they intend to do it again. They've done all the other things we mentioned earlier. And therefore, it is not Iraq and it's not Vietnam, despite the fact that many people say it is. It's about defending our country. It is not easy. I agree with you. It's not cheap. And having seen wars on 3 continents, having been shot at for my country, I sure don't feel comfortable in a situation where you ask brave young American men and women to risk their lives and sometimes pay the ultimate sacrifice. However, the President of the United States reviewed everything in regard to this and came to the conclusion not that it's the same policy. We spent the whole meeting today talking about differences, and there are dozens of others. But it's not a same policy, but our goal has to be to defeat al-Qaeda. You cannot let them take over an even larger terrain, move into other parts of the world, and then plan what they're planning, in my view.
The time of the gentleman has expired, and the gentlelady from California